Hi, I'm Chef Patty and welcome to our Healthy Kitchen. This is a series that we're doing that's part of Miami Culinary Institute, and I am going to be sharing with you healthy recipes that you can make at home without compromising quality or flavor, and we really think you're going to enjoy. Especially today's recipe, I'm going to be steaming a white piece of fish, and then I'm going to be making a garlic ginger soy sauce to drizzle over it. It's delicious. It will be ready in 5-6 minutes start to finish. So let's get started. I have a piece of cod, and cod is very soft, flaky, buttery. It's a great fish, but you can use any kind of white fish that you choose. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to season it with a little salt and pepper. And if you want to add garlic powder, onion powder, you can as well. And always remember that when you're seasoning any kind of protein, you want to do both sides. So I just seasoned the top side. I'm going to gently turn it over because, like I said, it's a very delicate piece of fish. We don't want it to break. A little salt, a little more black pepper, and I'm keeping it simple. I'm not adding a lot of spices because the soy sauce mixture that I'm going to make is going to add a lot of flavor to it. So the next step that I want to do is I'm going to line my steam basket, and I have bok choy. You can use cabbage, you can use bok choy. If you do go with the cabbage, use a green cabbage. You don't want to use a purple one because it's going to bleed and you don't want your fish to turn red or purple. So the green is a safe option, and then you can always serve it with your fish at the end as well because it's edible. So I'm just no special direction. I'm just kind of like lining it down here. And then the other thing, before I put my steam basket over the water, I want some aromatics. I want to add flavor to the fish. So I've got ginger, and because we're not going to be eating these aromatics, you don't have to dice them. I didn't even peel the ginger. So I've got 2 thick slices of ginger. I've got some cilantro stems, and then I have some garlic. Skin and all, just going in there. All we want is something very aromatic, a lot of flavor. I'm going to put my steam basket over my boiling water, and I want a steady boil. I don't want it very high because I don't want the water to go in the perforated basket. And then just very carefully, I am going to just put the fish over the bok choy. We're going to cover it up. Right now I have it at a medium-low heat. If I need to increase it in a few minutes, I will. And then while that's cooking, I am going to start building my sauce. And my sauce is going to consist of some green onions that we're going to saute, red bell pepper, sliced ginger that I've julienned in like thin matchsticks. We're going to add jalapeno for a little kick. If you don't want it spicy, you can just remove the seeds when you're slicing them, or you can leave out. You don't have to include them in this recipe. Then we're going to add some soy sauce, a little rice vinegar for a zing, some sugar to balance everything out, and you're just going to watch and see. It's going to turn out fantastic. Okay, just waiting for my pan to get a little hot. I've got some oil. And we're always looking for recipes that we can make for lunch, for dinner, something that's healthy, that we're not going to be slaving in the kitchen for hours. So I think this one fits the bill perfectly. And if I see too much steam, I'm going to keep an eye on it because then I want to make sure that I lower the heat a little bit. When you're steaming fish, you typically don't want a rapid boil because then what can happen is that the water can get inside your pan. And we don't want that to happen. Okay. And you know that your pan is ready, when you pour the oil and you start to see some bubbles on the side, a little shimmering, that's when your oil is hot enough to start adding your ingredients. So I'm gonna start with my green onions, but I'm only sauteing the white part of the green onions because they hold their body a lot better than the green side. So the green parts I keep for garnish, and then the white part of the green onion is the part you want to cook with. We're gonna go ahead and continue. I've got the red bell pepper strips. You can use red, you can use green, orange, yellow, but I thought the red had a nice contrast with all the green that we have going on. I've got my ginger. So aromatic, so much flavor. I'm gonna give it a stir. So all you wanna do is saute for a few minutes until your veggies start to soften up and get a little translucent. I am going to add the jalapeno, some soy sauce. I would say maybe about a quarter cup would be a good amount. I've got rice vinegar, maybe like 3 or 4 tablespoons. And if you don't have rice vinegar, you can always use any kind of vinegar, or maybe even like a little squeeze of fresh lemon juice. I have garlic confit. Garlic confit is garlic that I have slow cooked in oil. It's very soft. It's like roasted garlic. It's just like roasted garlic. There's a lot of flavor here, and I'm just putting it in here. So just by looking at all these ingredients, you know this is going to be great. A lot of flavor. That's why I didn't bother in adding a lot of seasoning to the fish. And then the only other thing I want to add right now is just some sugar to balance all our flavors. So our sauce is done. You can see all the vibrant colors. Food with color is the type of food you want to eat. Now I'm going to add just a little sesame oil, maybe about a teaspoon. This is going to add a layer of umami to our recipe. The only other thing that I might do to the sauce is add some of the aromatic liquid that we use to steam the fish. I might add just a drop to loosen up our sauce and make it vibrant. Now our fish is ready. I'm going to be very careful because it's a very gentle fish. It's going to break a little. I'm going to take a little bit of the aromatic liquid and put it in my soy sauce mixture. And we are ready to just drizzle our fish with this sauce. You can serve this over a bed of white rice or a nice big green salad, maybe a cauli puree, like a cauliflower puree or broccoli. I've got the green part of the green onions that we didn't saute. I'm using these as a garnish. And some fresh cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can always go with fresh parsley. And when it comes to garnish, a lot of times I don't even chop my fresh herbs. I just like using the leaves. I think they look a lot prettier. And we are done. We have our steamed white fish with our garlic ginger sauce and our veggies.